Hi, my name is Frank Ginta, and I'm running to represent you in Congress. At the age of 25, I nearly lost my mom to cancer. 2 years later, I almost lost my father to heart disease, while also becoming the caregiver for a family member suffering from mental illness. That difficult time continues to shape who I am as a father, a husband, and a public servant. The experience taught me about the importance of living life in service to others. So with the love and blessings of my wife and children, I chose to seek public office, to lead on issues that matter most to Granite Staters, and create opportunities for those who are less fortunate. As Manchester's mayor, we cut taxes for the first time in a decade and balanced the budget. We shrunk government and grew the economy. As a result, CNN ranked Manchester as one of America's best places to live. In Congress, I've continued to fly the banner of the live free or die state, implementing New Hampshire's philosophy of smaller government at the federal level. Our founding fathers enshrined that philosophy in the Declaration of Independence and Constitution. But today, a large majority of Americans believes the United States is dramatically off course. The economy is barely growing. Americans haven't seen a pay raise in over a decade. Even in New Hampshire, where the unemployment rate is relatively low, too many new jobs are part-time and low wage because government is simply too big. To protect middle-class families' health plans, I voted to repeal and replace Obamacare with free market reforms. I voted against insurance company bailouts and a taxpayer bailout for Puerto Rico. I also voted against my party to oppose the Obama-Boehner budget deal and a $1 trillion omnibus spending bill that will add $9 trillion to our already $19 trillion of national debt. And right now, I also make this promise to you. I will vote against this fall's omnibus spending bill, a violation of open government and giveaways to special interests. Recently, I was just one of 14 Republicans to vote against a funding increase for House offices. Several times I voted to freeze congressional pay. As Granite State families struggle to pay their bills, they would expect me to do so. I sponsored legislation to eliminate congressional pensions. I believe in term limits and will abide by that principle in the House of Representatives if Granite Staters honor me with the privilege. These are only a few ideas to change Washington. I hear them all the time in frequent conversations with you, the people I serve, whose top concerns include an out-of-control federal government, the struggling economy, and New Hampshire's drug epidemic. Parents like Doug Griffin, who lost his daughter Courtney to heroin, inspired me to form the bipartisan task force to combat the heroin epidemic. As chairman, I've learned a lot about the epidemic and have developed solutions. Mexican cartels control the southern border, where almost all heroin crosses into the U.S. I fought to restore funding to military operations at the border. I voted to deny funding to sanctuary cities, where criminal gangs seek refuge. My Stop Abuse Act formed the basis of major heroin and opioid legislation that will soon become law. In partnership with Granite Staters, I've introduced a number of bills and amendments that strengthen our borders, stop government waste, and remove federal restrictions on everything from health insurance to auto loans in order to grow our economy. The House overwhelmingly passed my bill to prevent federal takeover of the auto loan market. I helped to delay Obamacare's 40% tax on middle-class families' health benefits. While I believe in free trade, it must also be fair trade. So I oppose the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which will kill good jobs. You deserve to know exactly where your representative stands. See this? This is your voting card. I use it to vote yes or no on every bill in Congress. It represents your voice in Washington, where I took an oath of office to protect New Hampshire's best interests. Voters Vision, a new online forum at teamginta.com, will help me to identify your concerns quickly. Visit me online at teamginta.com. Look for Voters Vision. Enter your name and tell me what's on your mind, what issues matter most to you, how you would solve them. I'll release the proposals based on your ideas this summer and introduce legislation in the next Congress if Granite Staters give me that opportunity. Working together, we can create a brighter future for our children and grandchildren. This is Frank Ginta, your servant in the Congress and the next one, with your vote on September 13th. I'm honored to be your representative, and I thank you for your support.